Y'all, if you knew how late it was right now, you'd be like, girl, go to bed. And honestly, I should. I really need to at this point. Bro, I lost my microphone. Anyways, welcome back to Why Is There Always a Reflection? Anyways, I don't care. If you have a problem with this, you gotta go somewhere else because I don't have the time right now. Welcome back to whatever this is. In today's edition, Late Night Thoughts. This is pure like stream of consciousness, and again, it is late or early depending on how you define your time. Speaking of time, does it really exist? Not at all. Anyways, that's not what I want to talk to you about. What I came here to discuss with y'all is TikTok and how disgusting and terrible that fucking app is. Earlier today, yesterday, I was in a great mood. Like just, one of those days where you feel good, feel dandy, whatever it is. Like, I was doing all right. Tell me why right before bed, and I know, bad habits. Right before bed, I went on TikTok just to do a little scrolling, a little, catch up. That's what I tell myself anyways. I'm like, this is my way of staying informed, right? And when I got off that app, I was like, why do I feel so sad? Why do I feel so depressed? And honestly, this is my least favorite part of TikTok's existence because what it does is spam us. I mean, if you're on the side of TikTok of humanity, you're constantly getting, oh, please help me pay my rent. Oh, I'm a single mom about to get evicted. Oh, my children are dying. Oh, my uncle just got abducted by ICE. Please don't skip me. Oh, please don't skip me. Oh, please don't skip me. I'm like, oh my God. And when you do skip, you feel like the most horrible person in the world. And when you don't, you get those few seconds, you stay with someone for a little bit too long, and then the algorithm picks it up and just keeps sending you that shit. But that's not even the point. My point is, you are made to feel like you are doing something. You are being an activist in some way, shape, or form, right? By helping these people with just your attention. Let me tell you now, TikTok activism is not fucking real. If you want to see that in truth, you need to look no further than the issue in Palestine. Y'all thought you were doing something. Y'all really thought you were doing something. And it's the way that we are talking about this movement, just like, well, don't spend money. And yes, that is helpful. But if you think that's enough, and especially the way we're doing it, which is so wishy-washy, like, this is why they say the revolution will not be televised, because we are not all able to get on the same program. This needs to be something we spread by word of mouth. Again, like, y'all will talk about the importance of community and not even say hi to the niggas that walking down the street right next to you. I noticed that earlier today when I took a walk, especially the youth. Do you not know how to greet anymore? Do you not know how to say good morning, auntie? I'm not auntie age, but still, I hope I'm not. And apparently I'm Unc. My 16-year-old brother called me Unc and told me that I'm not Gen Z. Bro, I was like, you don't even know what characterizes Gen Z. Everybody wants to be Gen Z. Oh, it's so cool, it's so cool. I remember back in the day where I was dying to be considered a millennial because that was what was cool, right? And now they're cringe and washed. Gen Z will quickly be replaced by Gen Alpha as and we will have a lot more on the chopping block. We have embarrassed ourselves. What am I trying to say? TikTok puts up a whole big front about, oh, this is the app for activism, this is the app for change. But meanwhile, it just puts you in a state of mind, a trance, if you will, where you believe things are changing, you think things are evolving, you think something is happening for the better, right? Really, we are just in the same place. Mark my words. If TikTok was actually a danger to the government in any like serious way, they would have banned it yesterday, okay? Last year, decades ago. I mean, it wasn't out, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I promise you, this TikTok app and you doing your little dance and saying your little thick pieces aren't doing the revolutionary shit that you think it's doing. But that is it's plan. It's making you feel like you are doing a lot. I mean, I be getting off of TikTok exhausted because it's a mental game, bro. Like, it makes you feel like you're doing so much. It makes you feel like you are changing the world. You are a part of something. And that's what all of us crave, right? We just want to be a part of something. Why? Because we have been so isolated in this world. We have been so separated. Everything is so like, bro, again, like there is no such thing as community anymore. I was looking at a video, yes. This is our only way of sharing information. We don't sit together anymore in large groups and talk. Okay, this is our way of talking to one another. Me talking to a screen or a lens, and you watching through a screen. This is our way of discussing in the modern age. And isn't it so cold? Holding someone in your hand and looking at them and absorbing them. This is why parasocial relationships are so crazy right now, okay? Because nobody has actual relationships. And so they are seeking so much from the people that they spend all their time with, which is what? On the screen. Okay, not real. You can't feel, touch, like, and that sucks, bro. A lot of us are touch deprived. When are we gonna talk about that? Like, I was living by myself for a while. I remember coming back home one of the times and being like, Mom, I just need a hug. I haven't had a hug in so long. And that was my truth, bro. Like, I'm not even someone that is overly like physical. Like, my relationship with physical touch is, and yes, it is my top love language. What about it? Like, but my point is, like, even me, who is not someone who is especially used to physical touch, was like, damn, can someone just touch me, feel me? And anyways, TikTok. I gotta keep talking about it because it actually irritates my soul. And as someone who literally has a TikTok, I see how much they make you try to play a game for the algorithm. Oh, do this, do that. Like, YouTube is bad, but TikTok is worse. And that's why you'll see people with millions of followers go to like a content like meetup or something, like a creator meetup, meet and greet, whatever it's called. Nobody shows up. Because the relationship you think you're forming on TikTok is so much less substance than the ones we at least form when we have these long-term moments together. If you watch this whole video through, you genuinely have to enjoy someone. But to watch a 30-second clip of them like making a fool of themselves, or 1-minute clip, or even 5 minutes, on a regular basis, that doesn't require you to even like them that much. And one other thing I've noticed when making content on TikTok is how drama sells so bad. I made one video about Ariana Grande, maybe two, I don't remember, and this Ethan Slater like breakup drama, and it was the first video that I had made in like weeks that got any amount of real traction. And I was like, ew. I literally said in the video, like, I don't usually talk about drama because I don't. I talk about things that I deem as more important than that. And it's no shade to the drama creators. Like, I understand the appeal, right? I promise you, if I started making more drama talk to, content right now on TikTok, I'd blow up. I'd be in the creator fund, blah, 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 quick. But I want to keep my integrity attached to myself. I feel like if something is meant for you and it requires you betraying some aspect of yourself, then it's not fucking meant for you. It's a force at best. But my thing is, with TikTok, it really just encourages the lowest form of content, okay? It's like the lowest, it's brain rot. That's what it is. And I'm so concerned for this younger generation. It's like, do y'all see what's happening? Do y'all see what's going on with yourselves? Like, it's literally the flattening of the human existence. Everybody's walking around as a caricature of themselves. Nobody is even being their entire like human, because on social media you only show other people those likable aspects of yourself. Nobody comes on a camera. There's literally studies about this, I'm pretty sure, like how people act when they know they're being recorded versus how they act when not. Or even just you think about how you act when you're in front of other people versus how you are when you're alone. Very many people have to mask some aspect of their identity when they're in front of other people, some aspect that they believe is undesirable. Maybe it's because of childhood, maybe it's because of socialization, but whatever it is, you feel like if people knew that side of you, they wouldn't like you and they wouldn't want to be around you, or they wouldn't want to fuck you, whatever the case may be, So instead you play up some other aspects of your personality that are more enjoyable or more easily digested, right? But then on social media, it takes it to 100-fold, where people are literally walking around, like, talk about side character energy. Why is the side character so alluring? It's because we don't know shit about them. The main character, we know the good, the bad, the ugly. The side character just has to be funny and a little sarcastic, and we'll love them. Okay, we'll accept them. It's the second that anybody starts to show their human side, and I'm not talking about racism and bigotry, because I don't know why everybody wants to make an excuse for that. Like, they're just human. And sometimes, look, even I have, like, okay, you know, honestly, as a Black woman, I come to expect everybody to be racist or to have been racist at some point in their life. You know, I remember back in the day, I was a Shane Dawson, not even a stan, like anything close to that. I found him, like, I don't know, like 2018, like 2019 times, like when he was making like that weird food content, but then he switched over to documentaries. I was like, oh, okay, like I see you, I see you. And I heard some like whispers about, oh, he has a past, you know, he had a racist past. And I'm like, yeah, but everybody does, right? Everybody does at this point. I thought he just said the N-word a few times. Something simple. Okay, like that's just my standards nowadays. Anytime I watch a non-Black creator, I'm assuming you've said some heinous shit about the Black community. There's even Black people that have said some heinous shit about Black women. Like, you can't trust nobody nowadays. But anyways, it's like, yeah, I get it. I don't get it, but it's like I've come to accept it. When I found out the level of shit this nigga had done, I said, oh, I was flabbergasted. Not even the world. Shout out D'Angelo Wallace. Like, you did that. I don't agree with all of his opinions, but he did that. Okay, he did that. Conversation for another day. And honestly, I'm not here to hate on anybody. I'm not here to throw shade on anybody except those who I decide to. But I just need to be honest about how I'm feeling about what's going on in the world. Like, even now, I woke up middle of the night, couldn't sleep. I didn't know what to do. Back in the olden days, maybe I could go outside on my porch, right? Maybe see one or two other people, the olden days, maybe see a few other people that are up at night and be like, hey, buddy, you want to come down? Let's have a little chat. Like, that's what we really need at these late night hours. We need people that we can actually relate to. You know, having roommates has its ups and downs, trust and belief. But we have become so uncomfortable with being, what's the word? What is the word? Oh my goodness. We have become so uncomfortable with being, it's on the tip of my tongue. Yo, cut this out. My brain is like blinking. Being, oh my God. This, hey, Jesus. With being, what is the word? Oh my God. What is the word? Fuck it. We have become, we have become so used to being, no, so, it's late, y'all. Excuse me if my vocabulary is not as eccentric as it usually is. I'm just here spitballing, but we have grown so much accustomed to not being in any way, bro, it's gonna kill me actually. Inconvenienced. Hallelujah. We've become so used to never being inconvenienced that even people will prefer to go to ChatGPT over a therapist. And I've used ChatGPT in those aspects. You know, sometimes you just need someone to, like, you know, someone to engage with, but we can't engage with other human beings at this late stage capitalist era that we've gotten ourselves into. So we go to machines, right? That's what they're banking on. And when I tell you, I realize so fast that, like, you're literally just regurgitating everything that I say and then reiterating it and repeating it back to me. And it's like, yeah, it's affirming, but you don't get any actual, like, real substance out of the conversation. When you're engaging with a human being and you tell them about the shitty thing that you're doing, or the shitty way that you're acting, there are heavy chances that they will tell you, hey, you're being shitty. ChatGPT will not do that. AI will not do that. They'll just be like, you'll be like, oh, am I a bad person for, spilling the milk? And they'll be like, well, the milk was spilled. Does that mean you're a bad person? And you'll be like, you know what I mean? Like, oh my goodness, AI is so stupid right now. And again, I know they only released to us like a certain model. It's not even the one that is like, I'm sure it's not even close to the advanced level that is in the government and in the hands of the billionaires today, right? They always release technology to us way after they had already been using it. You can see that in the cinema, you can see that in the movies. We're wondering, how did it get so bad? And when did it start getting so bad? I bet you they've been using AI in the writing room for a while now. For a while. I mean, how many more rebranded, refurnished, like done shit like Lilo and Stitch? Leave my movies alone. This is my fucking childhood. And there's no way, I don't know why they think that just making something, I didn't even watch any of the redone Lion Kings, bro, because you can't touch that perfection, in my opinion. Broadway came really close. They did a great job. I haven't seen it on Broadway, no. But musicals and real life, like, that's different. But what they're doing with these bad CGIs, like, I is actually abhorrent. It hurts my soul to even gaze upon it. But this is my point. Even us as people, right? When we go on these these apps, yes, that's the thing. It's like people are turning into brands. You have a personal brand. That's what they encourage you to think. Like, social media is all about branding, because now it turned into a way to make money. And that is why we have so many people creating content who were never meant to be creative. How do I say this in a way that's not like rude? What if I don't care if it's rude? There are people who are here literally solely for the money, like Mr. Beast. Go back to like one of my first videos. It was before his whole controversy. I never liked that shady nigga. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. But when someone only talks about YouTube and something that's supposed to be a creative like process in terms of monetary gain or numbers, I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you. And that's what so many people get on social media to do. And then you're following these people and you're looking at them as moral fucking arbiters. Bro, I remember when the Palestine like thing blew up. Sorry, I don't want to describe it as a thing. These people are being killed. But that's what it became. It became a trend. I remember someone literally saying like, oh, I'm so glad the Palestine trend is over. And I was like, but that's what really it feels like, because we are so detached. It is so impersonal. And we are making ourselves feel like, yeah, we are arbiters of justice. Yeah, we're revolutionaries. I mean, we have the audacity. I mean, I see black folk all the time like, we are not our ancestors. You're damn right. You're damn fucking right we're not. We are literally such a joke. Okay, do you know what they went through to get us a little bit of rights that we have now? You know what they went through? But my point is, like, with what I was talking about with Palestine, right? There was so many Palestinian activist creators, right, who literally they were so strict with what it required to support Palestine, that it was so clear that it had nothing to do with actually helping the people, but moral grandstanding. That's one thing I will always attribute to liberal people, and that's what makes me hate some of y'all so bad. Like, you don't genuinely care about being a virtuous human being. You care about being perceived as a virtuous human being, especially in comparison to your Republican counterparts. Some of y'all have mothers, fathers, aunties, uncles who are Republicans who voted for Donald Trump. And you want to say, oh, we're not like them. We're not like them. Why not? Why not? Because you are in close proximity to the minds and the people who you can be changing. Okay? Like, you have a way. I know it's not easy. I know it's not easy. I have immigrant parents who have some cancelable opinions, but I don't just stop talking. Okay? I argue with them, and I don't disrespect them. I try to see their points and argue from a logical perspective. My dad just the other day, he was talking about, oh, I see what you were talking about in regards to the Democrats versus the Republicans. And I was like, if you know this man, you know he never, like, he is such an opinionated person. So I was shocked when he admitted that something that I had said was actually true. This man argues just for fun, you know? Like, and it just made me like, okay, that's why we need to keep talking. That's why we need to keep discussing. And not everybody, I mean, there are people who already know everything I'm saying and are already like doing actual work towards this revolution, right? But they don't have the strength or the patience to go back to the people who don't know anything and are still so ignorant, even in this time and stage, and tell them and explain to them and baby walk them through it. You know what I mean? But to the rest of us who actually have that like tolerance and are willing to sit at those tables, we need everyone to pull off what needs to be done. We need everyone, every fucking warm body. And then the rest of y'all who don't want to get in, like it's really you're with us or against us at this point. That's what it's turning into. Because, and I mean, I know one of the videos that set me down like a little rabbit hole, you know, made me feel like shit after I closed TikTok, right? This woman got kidnapped by ICE, and watching it happen was so disturbing. So disturbing. And I was like, oh my goodness, this is really bad. And I see how many people are liking it, how many people are making TikTok videos about it. Where are the protests? Where's the rallies? That's the thing. Like, they make us feel like we're doing something just by scrolling through a screen and liking and tapping and sharing and blah, 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 blah. And I'm not saying that doesn't do anything, but the reason why I use Palestine as an example is because they reached a ceasefire for 2 business days and then they kept bombing those people. And I promise you, it was all just optics. They were never going to not try their best to kill as many people and wipe as many things off that area of land as possible. They have plans for it. They have plans for it. Okay, the rich people are already buying land there, right? Like, and now the United States is bombing Yemen because they were like, yeah, we're not going to let you use our sea and our ports just to get materials to Israel so that they can bomb and kill more children. And our answer to that, the national peacekeepers, yes, the Europeans and the England, the Americans, we're supposed to be the world international peacekeepers, right? And look at that. Look at our response to anybody that says, no, actually, I don't want you to continue killing people. And the reason why we're able to get away with it is because we have decided that these groups have the most power. And that's why I want to talk about TikTok a little bit more. Bear with me because I know this is all over the place. But it's like, it's just so weird to see like how we have reached a modern stage where we really believe that what we do on a little tiny phone screen is going to enact massive change. And look, am I not doing that right now by talking to y'all? But this cannot be the extent of our activism. We need to remember that real life exists. And I fear some of y'all are losing the plot. I really do, especially the younger folk, you know, the ones who can't remember a time before like iPhones. My brother who I was talking about, who called me Unk. You can tell that actually hurt my feelings. Actually, because I was like, I'm me. But he literally was born the year the iPhone came out. And I'm like, so you don't even know. I was like, you damn near the iPad kids. I don't know what you're talking about. But all I'm saying is I'm not even trying to shame y'all. Even the Gen Alpha, because I feel like we've gotten so comfortable with shaming Gen Alpha and being like, oh, the iPad kids. Oh, the skippity toilet Riz or whatever the fuck, bro. But it's like, they're the new generation. And they are going to be the ones that come in and replace us. And is that what we want? Is that who we are? Like... But instead of actually gathering together, like I hear like kids are more stupid than ever. Like, excuse how I'm saying this, but there's no other way to say it. Kids are dumber than ever because we lack critical thinking. That's how I'm going to go back to the Palestinian conflict because, or not even the conflicts, I'm talking about the content creators who made their entire existence. There's this one in particular, I think her name is Maya, and she was doing some anti-black shit that literally turned off half the black community from the Palestinian struggle. And it was like, at the end of the day, we still really do care for the people who are suffering all around the world, because any Black person from all aspects of the diaspora understands what it feels like to be discriminated against for your skin color, or to be considered less than because of your ethnic background, right? And so we obviously always go up to bat. And the Palestinians were protesting, and I'm not saying that's the only reason why we support them, but I'm just pointing out marginalized folk have a tendency to be able to empathize with one another. Truly marginalized folk. A lot of these POC that come to America, and even some of them in other countries, like I know like a lot of Asia has a very intense anti-blackness issue, but it's like, where do they come from? Maybe it's because they were literally doing surgeries on them to like open up their, let me not do that, to open up their eyes, like what is it, double eyelid surgery. We wonder why plastic surgery is such like a huge thing in Korea. It's like, do y'all know what you look like? Do y'all know what you look like? And again, we're looking at ourselves like way more often than ever in history. It's like body dysmorphia is on the rise. That's what I would consider all these people who get plastic surgeries, plastic surgery after plastic surgery. Their lips open like fleas. I'm like, you walking around like this thinking that you looking good, looking sexy. And it's the gag is now you're just replicating Black female features on white bodies and saying that's the beauty standard, after trying to convince us we were ugly for the longest. And it's like, who cares? Like, actually, who cares? If people think you're ugly, why is that like the worst thing in the world for some people? Like, I guess because maybe if you grew up ugly, like, I really do think there's something to it. Like, when you exist in the world that is as something that is inherently, not inherently, but like, it is like, there are certain features that are considered undesirable. Not in actuality, but in this warped ass world that we live in. I was watching a video of like this home video of a family from Britain that was like from like the 1900s, and I was like, these were some of these ugliest niggas I've ever seen. And I gotta say, that's how I felt about them, excuse me. And but did they know that? Did they care about that? And even if they, but like they were happy. It was a married man and woman. I was thinking if she was alive now, she would hate herself. Yeah. Well, look at her, happy as can be with her husband and children. And it's like, yeah, you have a right to be ugly in peace. Like, it's not everybody that came to this. And also, it's like, what is considered beautiful? Like, we have been so brainwashed. Even like, that's what I'm talking about. Like, Asian societies who had surgeries performed on them by American military and Western military groups to make them more desirable to the white man. And now there's this whole like, oh, like now all of a sudden Asian women are the beauty, the like whatever, like everybody's trying to replicate like Asian features and Asian like whatever. Asia is such a large continent, but I'm speaking specifically of like, oh gosh, geography. South Asia? No, I don't know, bro. You know what I'm talking about. I'll put up pictures. Like, I'm talking about like Korean beauty standards, right? Japanese. Oh my goodness. And I know what some of y'all will say if I come for anime, but some of that shit is so weird. Like, why is it so common that schoolgirls are sexualized? And why is sex trafficking such a huge thing? Streamers getting killed, getting like, it is a problem. I'm not going to speak on it too much because I am not part of that community. So I don't want to move out of my place. But just observing it, and it's like, it's not even their culture. It is how their nations have been pushed into white culture. And so that's my thing. Like, white beauty standards are all around the world have been shoved down our throats. It's like, if y'all were actually the most beautiful, like most attractive people, like why do you have to like tell us every 10 minutes? Like, you know what I mean? Like, just be that. You know how they say like the loudest person in the room is usually the most like incompetent or some shit like that. Like, that's how I feel about white folks sometimes. It's like, yo, if you have to do this much just for people to feel like you're on the top, if you have to push other people down, like the amount of ways that whiteness and white beauty is just literally based on not being black or not being fat or not being this, that, and the third. Like, it is literally just based on not being something. That is why when certain white people, particularly white women, because especially because women are so like oppressed with the beauty standards. Like, we are told that we don't have any other use in existence other than being something that men can gaze upon and be attracted to, right? So when white women see someone that is not white, not skinny, right? Like, not whatever, insert whatever like white feature is there, big nose, big lips, blah, 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 blah. Like, apparently now that's great, but back in the day and still now, like when they see someone that exists outside of the things they were told make them more beautiful, who is still more beautiful than them and still getting more attention and still getting more of that male validation that they so desperately depend on, they get so upset. They get so confused. And I'm like, you don't even know what demons are chasing you. Y'all are so entranced. Like, what was I talking about? You see, this is me just rambling today. But honestly, some of y'all need to learn how to just pay attention to people rambling. Some of y'all have not had a conversation with a human being outside of your workplace in way too long, and it shows. It's like so many of us lack the basic social skills. We skipped over how the pandemic really stunted a lot of our growth so quickly. So quickly. I mean, it was just, if I was a conspiracy theorist, I would say it was purposeful. I remember when the pandemic happened, there was like some book that was going around. Let me see if I can find it and put it up for y'all. But there was some like book going around that literally predicted everything down to like the location that this virus would come from. And if you say the government wouldn't do that, oh yes, they would. Oh yes, they would. And so we have to ask ourselves why. I'm not going to even peddle that conspiracy theory because I don't know enough. I don't know enough. Anyways, I took 2 of the vaccines and I said I'm done. And if you don't understand that, then you don't understand how the medical industry has literally done everything they can. Even now, bro. That's why people rely on things like TikTok, because we are looking for any way outside of our like everyday for us to get like that connection, that human to human advice. Like, we talk about how much we've learned from TikTok, because I have. Despite all its flaws, that's the one thing that keeps me coming back. Like, nothing can be all bad or else nobody would use it. Like, you learn so much about so many things, right? But it is so hard to maintain, and the algorithm is getting so much worse. Like, I mean, I like one video from a creator or in one niche, and then my For You page is flooded. And it's like, ugh, y'all don't even try. Like, it is not even about any type of artistic, creative, like, that dies. That is where creativity goes to die. I hate it so much. Honestly. Like, I literally think about deleting that app all the fucking time. But then it's that, what's it called? Fear of missing out, FOMO. For real, like, you think you're gonna miss something if you're not there and you're not up to date. And even if you don't use TikTok, it's the way that every single app becomes this is the same one now, right? Like, YouTube has YouTube Shorts, Instagram has Instagram Reels. If you still have Instagram, you are unk to delete that shit right now. We already know, like, please delete it. Twitter, like, I don't even know what Twitter is doing right now, and I'm calling it Twitter. I don't even care. But that's my point. It's just like a lot of the stuff that goes on there goes on the screen. Like, we think that is all it is. And then we go about the rest of our miserable ass lives. And then we come back to get our dose of reality. And it's like, this is not real life. There's a whole world outside waiting for you. Like, there are so many things. Like, if you think that your life is boring, more boring than the screen, that's what I had to realize. It was like, how much of my time am I spending on a screen? Not just on my phone screen, but on my laptop screen, on my television screen, on any type of like screen, bro. And how much time am I actually spending living my life? And I think about like my 80-year-old self, like, what is she gonna look back on? Like, what? Just the videos she watched? Do you even remember what videos you watched this morning? That's the thing with TikTok. It's just rare that anything is actually like pushes past like that wall of just like pure, basic attention. Like, nothing actually goes into your psyche. It's really just you know bullshit that you're feeding yourself, and it's coming right back out. And it's just regurgitation of the same shit, the same talking points. Why? Because they're all trying to win over the algorithm. They're all trying to just get on your get to be seen by you. And they're so desperate to do it that they will do whatever it takes, talk about whoever, whatever, and do whatever. I mentioned that video of Ariana Grande because, first of all, I stand by what I said. Second of all, and if you don't know, you don't know. I'll tell you. I was basically commentating on the fact that people are talking about, oh, Ethan Slater and them broke up. And I was like, if they broke up, she is a horrible, disgusting person. And I thought it was just known that Ethan Slater, I mean, I said it in the what's it called? The caption. It's like, Ethan Slater is disgusting. We already knew that because he left his wife and child for this woman. But Ariana Grande allegedly has a history. I don't want to keep talking about her. I don't care about her enough. But when you think about certain celebrities and certain like high profile figures, we all have some that like just inherently piss us off. She's one of them for me. I can't lie. I do think she's majorly talented, but my goodness, I feel like it's not even just her because she didn't even know who she is. Real talk. It's just those people who literally don't seem to have any personality except out of what they feel like is going to make them a better commodity. It's infuriating, you know, and they get so famous so fast because any brand, any persona can just be pasted onto them, right? Mr. Beast even said it himself, like, oh, I make sure to have the least amount of personality as possible because people won't watch if they don't like you. And it's like, how would you admit that? Like, some of these things you couldn't torture me and get it out. Like, why are you just saying this, standing on it like it's something that you should brag about? But this is what I'm saying. It's the flattening of human existence, all because you want to be something or someone that is digestible to massive and massive amounts of people, right? Or to be perceived as that. But when you build a brand out of that, like, it can never last, really. Like, or maybe it can. What the fuck do I know, right? Like, I guess, what did I come here to say? Let's wrap it up. I guess it was just like very shocking to me how much TikTok actually affects your mental health. Like, you hear about it, but just like seeing it for myself, like in this moment today, like literally going into it, being in such a good place and then coming out of it literally like, why do I feel so shitty? And if you don't think that affects your behavior and the way that you perceive the world, you are sadly mistaken. Like, if all you are seeing is all the bad, and that is what keeps your attention, right? It's that car wreck effect, right? You can't turn your eyes away from the tragedy that is unfolding in front of you. And I fear most of us are stuck in that place when it comes to our social media usage. We only, even like on YouTube, a lot of creators talk about how you have to use words like disgusting, vile, evil, like the worst, like just very negative words to get the clicks, to get the views. And it's like, I understand why people are playing the game because look, especially when you rely on it for income, it's like, okay, you're going to do whatever it takes. But this is the people that we are looking up to give us our morality, right? Because that's what y'all keep getting so upset when these people get canceled. But I'm like, what did you expect? What did you expect from people that are willing to sacrifice their own integrity for the bag? You thought they were going to be good people? You thought they were going to be virtuous people? No. Again, all we want to do is be perceived as such. Doesn't matter if that's the actuality or not. And celebrities have been getting away with it for decades. Look at P. Diddy. He didn't even try to be perceived as a good person. And we still wanted to believe he was. And I heard something about Biggie that actually, like, whoa. Is he literally, oh, the angel, oh, I can't believe, gone too soon. He beat Lil Kim so bad. That's why she has all that plastic surgery, bro. And I'm like, these are the people that we look up to. The words that literally and I'm not saying that you can't be a horrible person and make some good points. Like, the two are not like disconnected. But because we're in a stage where we don't have people, we don't interact with other human beings in proximity to us often enough to have people that we can look up to that are in like close proximity. Because if you have people that are close to you, that you look up to, you know who they are. Not just like one aspect of their personality, but a lot, you have a bigger picture of them as a human being. These people that y'all idolize, who you only have like short interactions with, that are heavily curated and they're not personal at all. That's why they say never meet your heroes, bro. Like, you don't know them. All you know is what they want you to know about them. And then based on that, and these same people who are willing to sell you out, take your money, take your time, take your attention, and they don't actually genuinely care about you or the effect that their creative like work is having on you, because they're not creatives. They're money hungry bitches. And these are who we're looking up to say, this is what's right, this is what's wrong. And we're shocked. You're shocked? And TikTok is just the creme de la creme of all that bullshit, bro. They literally perfected that, okay? It is ghastly, honestly. Like, it makes my fucking brain itch to think about where we are as a people. And again, it's like, I feel like the more this goes on, the more people just get this like almost apathetic view of their own like existence. That is the most like terrifying thing that I am observing. And I'm not just talking about social media, I'm talking about real life conversations I've had with people who literally just feel like, is life worth living? You know, like, it's like, what's the point? And there's so many more layers to this, like the terrible 9 to 5 like existence, like all that kind of stuff. And honestly, if y'all want to know more about my journey with that, maybe that's for another video, because I've been trying to film, I've been trying, like, if y'all see the amount of videos that I film and do not post, it's wild. But sometimes things work out. Maybe this one, who knows? But that is the journey of anybody who's creating something. Like, Dochi is the one that said it's like, sometimes you're gonna make something, it's gonna be bad, but you have to make it anyways, because that is how you learn, that is how you grow, that's how you evolve. We've gotten so scared, like even YouTube, like I'm always questioning myself, because it's like, I don't know how to edit. I just started doing this. Like, I just do my best with the tiny little things that I do. You see, I'm trying. And even that takes me hours, bro. I don't have a whole team behind me. But everything that we consume is so heavily edited and created. Like, the whole point of YouTube is that it was just niggas like talking in their bedrooms. But now it's turned into something so different. And so now people who are just starting out feel like they don't even have anything that they can contribute, because they don't have that like media production level, okay? But is that even what the people want? Or is that just what they have? Like, YouTube is so bad now. I feel so terrible for whoever, the younger generation that's growing up with it, because I think I was a YouTube kid. Like, that was my shows, you know? You know how people back in the day be like, oh, my show's on. That was me watching Jacksepticeye, Berleezy, you know? Jackie Ina, you know? Like, whoever. It was just me like watching my favorite people do things that made them laugh and made them, you know, just enjoy life. Like, that's what I enjoyed watching. It wasn't highly edited stuff, it wasn't whatever, it was just like people. And it just speaks to how distant we have become from just regular human interaction, the fact that we crave it so desperately, and now we are deprived of it in every aspect, to the point where we have become ghosts of ourselves, shells of ourselves. And it is so sad to watch. So to anyone that's watching this, thank you for staying this long. My goodness. Anyone that's watching this that feels like their life is hopeless and meaningless, you don't even know how beautiful the world is. Go travel. And if you're saying, I don't have enough money, get out that mindset right now. Get out. I used to travel in college with less than like $100 to my, like, I flew to other countries with only $100 in my pocket. It worked itself out. I made my way home. As long as you have the money for the the flight and the stay. I remember even just to travel, we would just be like, what are the cheapest flights? Oh, that's where we're going for spring break. Simple as that. And had the best experiences of my life. Like, going traveling is so like, ooh, it's so close to my soul, because those are the moments where I'm like, oh, I'm alive. And that's something I constantly have to remind myself. Like, I think, am I the only human being that trips out about this? Like, sometimes once in a while you're looking at yourself and you're like, I'm actually alive. Like, I'm a human being in this bitch. Like, what? That's how I, you know, let me not even get into all that. I don't think y'all are ready for the spiritual woo-woo side, you know? You see other sides of me that y'all wouldn't even know, you know? Maybe you'll never know. But that's the thing. It's like we are all intricate human beings with multifaceted identities. But now we are just so like 2D. It's sad. It's sad. Caricatures of ourselves, honestly, all of us, a lot of us. Anyways, thank you for watching. Anybody again like that feels like their life is just nothingness, I promise you there's so much love and joy and laughter to experience, but you have to get off that damn phone. It's true what our parents said, it is that damn phone that's making you so depressed and making you so anxious. It is, honestly. So I encourage you, after this video, go take a walk without this phone, right? Like, start trying to detach yourself from all the screens and just be with yourself for a while. And if you're not with yourself, be with others, because you can't be by yourself all the time. We're not meant to. And if you don't have any friends, go outside, because that is the easiest way to make them. Make real friends. Try striking up a conversation. Practice it. Okay, if someone doesn't want to talk to you, that's not the worst thing in the world, because there are people that do want to talk to you, but you have to be open. And we're all so scared of being open. It's laughable at this point, but I completely understand. I completely understand. One step at a time. Hey, I'm here. Just know if I'm, and then that's the thing, I know if I'm here, I know there's many of people who think like me too. And we need to connect with one another in this time, because honestly, things are getting too real. It's getting too serious for us to just keep coasting on the sideline. Like, you need to speak up. Not if you don't want to do it on the screen, do it in your local communities. Like, whatever you're called to do, because I do believe we all have dreams, we all have desires. It is based in something like real. Don't deny it, don't ignore it, because that's how you're going to end up just as bitter and miserable as everybody else. And I'm not even blaming those folk. They didn't know that they were falling when they were, you know, but you do. You do. If you're here, you definitely do. So do something about it, because you're the only one that can. Peace out. Good nights.